it to me. Because I'm better than you? No one's gonna be looking at me.
Problem with She-Hulk Attorney at Law is in the title. It doesn't talk highly of the writer's care and creativity, and it doesn't properly convey what the show is about.
Me.
And without care or creativity, we're left with an empty Hulk. You get it? As a husk? No? Well, I took more time to write it than She-Hulk's showrunners, because a story about a woman learning to accept herself is, ironically, a show with an identity crisis. I took some time out of my week to binge the series and see what's making people so angry and how it's getting its points. I discovered the show has an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know who their characters are, and it tiptoes around men-bashing filler to cover for its ignorance.
Chauvinistic.
The conflicting ideas started before the production.
I don't know what I'm doing!
Marvel took a team of all-female writers to adapt a comic that mainly appealed to men. Then, they turned an unreachable sex symbol into a not feminine man-hater that still craves for men. The very foundations of the show seem confused. These weak pillars are then sustaining a formula that tries to be too much and delivers nothing. It's a legal superhero drama sitcom revolving around
What happens on a regular Tuesday when you just have to do laundry?
and it is exactly as boring as it promises. A general lack of direction and uneven ideas make episodes go by, blend with one another, and return zero to miss. It's very difficult to tell a character-driven story without choosing a format. By that, I mean a genre, which is a set of features, tools, and boundaries that influence and define different types of stories and ship to certain kinds of audiences. She-Hulk creators try to blend various formulas with the sitcom genre. However, it doesn't go deep into any of these subgenres. It doesn't use its tools, methods, or narrative mechanics in specific. It tries to be a sitcom, but it doesn't have quirky, unique, or even interesting characters. It tries to be a character-driven drama, but the main character doesn't push the story forward. She walks by through a series of events, and her agency ranges from being idle to slightly reacting to things unfolding to her favor easily. It tries to be a superhero adventure, but it doesn't have a villain to rival the hero emotionally, physically, or both. I would say it doesn't even have a hero. A hero should not be one with power. A hero is someone with courage, noble qualities, moral principles, and outstanding achievements. Power, alongside a deep sense of responsibility, selfless altruism, and a real motivation, can turn a fictional character into a hero. Jen Walters displays none of these values, quite the contrary. She's bitter, irresponsible, jealous, selfish, and self-centered. The show even makes a point when they showed Jen mocking the heroes of her reality.
That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans.
While idolizing genetic trap singers.
I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion.
Lastly, it tries to be a legal drama without delivering cases that would challenge the character's morals, intellect, or legal knowledge. Meanwhile, all she seems to care about is sex, drinks, money, and her ass. As if this was Sex in the City or Emily in Paris. Add these ingredients into the MCU bowl, and we end up with filler comedy of no particular genre and for no particular audience. These are the symptoms of a show trying to express something moderately deep without the motivation to reach it. The show has a theme, which is an idea or moral question it wants to explore. The particular scenes express Jen's journey is about accepting herself. That's the theme. The cute doctor guy is talking about his date with She-Hulk in court. He says Jen sucks and Jen is sad. He says She-Hulk is great and Jen is happy. Dude, she can transform into the She-Hulk for the kinky stuff you like at any time. Where are you going?
How dare you?
Are you a self-insert character trying to prove a point? Jen transforms and defeats disposable evil men. Jen Hulk looks into the mirror and sighs, ashamed upon realizing that her green persona has forever changed her life. Come on, Jen, you just did some PG-13 stuff with your costume. You just wanted all of the good with none of the drawbacks. You see? It's deep stuff.
Not accepting the situation you're in.
Because Jen Walters is indeed unremarkable. She's a 30-something lawyer who deals with adult stuff and solves childish legal cases. She's a boring person, and not because of her job or powers. It's because her dreams and aspirations start and end at earning money and having dates. Her lack of motivation opens a whole ordeal of additional boring traits, namely the lack of dreams, goals, emotions, reactions, backstories, values, flaws, failures, and challenges. This mirror is empty. Motivations should be at the heart of character arcs. They are necessary to build compelling and believable protagonists and antagonists. They allow you to understand the fictional people and even relate to their journey. Motivations, though, are the underlying reason that creates goals. Goals are often external, whereas motivations are intrinsic. Often these two are in conflict, and characters, like people, are not always aware of their inner desires or actual needs. And because characters have motivations, we can understand key elements of the plot. Why do they need or desire something, and what are they doing to achieve it?
God, is this why they hired me?
She-Hulk doesn't have real goals or motivations. Her actions or dialogue never express anything different. She doesn't even seem proud or particularly happy of being a lawyer. She's also not a good lawyer. Moreover, neither her words nor her actions express a desire to help people who use her powers for good. On a superhero show, the main character fails to see that her position as a district attorney is also about helping people in need and facing wrongdoers in court. That's because she's unable to think of anyone but
Me.
her She-Hulk skin is nothing but an extension of her own self-perception. Sometimes she's happy to be the She-Hulk because she can look better than others.
Obviously, this is the one time I didn't want to show up as just Jen.
And others, she's angry to become her green self because others are validating her looks but not her
I
brains.
just found out the only reason they hired me is because they wanted a Hulk lawyer in the superhuman law division.
Jen doesn't know who she is, but not because that is her character. It's because the writers don't know who she is. Jen's lack of motivation means she won't take any specific actions that would lead her into conflict. That will happen until the final fight. So, rather than making her answer the question through emotional challenges and physical trials, she literally stumbles into character development.
I'm cured.
Sometimes she also stumbles upon the villains, and why is she not in jail? Who cares? Welcome to a directionless superhero adventure. The protagonist will beat her inner and outer demons as easily as winning a Lawyer of the Year award, because the show wants to tell a character-driven story of growth and self-acceptance, but without motivations, goals, or even conflicts that would spark the evolution.
Like the baseline of any woman just exists.
The show comes from writers who admitted that they don't know how to write curt scenes. Can they write a sitcom? A sitcom or situational comedy is a genre that revolves around fixed characters and sets. These characters have quirks, flaws, hobbies, and overall unique personalities. Their continuous interaction creates comedy. In the wrong hands, even the most mundane of situations could be funny. Their personalities and core desires lead characters into uncanny situations. Characters like these are hardly capable of going through life in a monotonous way. Regardless, everything will return to normal at the end of the chapter, no matter what happens in the episode. Progress would mean going past character flaws. Jen Walters has no flaws, and the rest of the characters barely have a personality above their monikers. This cast of bland people want nothing significant, face nothing significant, and go through the mundane stuff of their lives. The show doesn't have the ingredients of a sitcom, therefore, save a few examples, it's not funny. So, rather than characters interacting together to face all kinds of situations, we've got two new ingredients. The first is man bashing. We are to laugh at these idiots, like this guy. He erases himself rather than talking through a divorce. Or how about this guy? He believed he was dating Megan Thee Stallion, and he failed to see it was a magical Asgardian diplomat shapeshifter elf. How funny is that?
There's only one Megan Thee Stallion.
Or how about these idiots? Or this idiot? Or this idiot? Or these idiots? Or how about me? A man saying, She-Hulk is bad. I must be afraid of powerful women. Like the writers of this limited series, so strong that they constantly break the fourth wall, place themselves into the world, and talk about their feelings. In other words, about how they hate men and how they are unhappy. Like,
So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
okay.
Is there anything worse than dating in your 30s?
Yes, if that's your biggest problem, you're a beacon of privilege.
These dodos never had to deal with this on their first day at work.
How do you know?
Literal superpowers, and some guy with an internet connection will still think he can do better.
You have these powers by accident, and you don't want to use them for anything.
Because I had a kid with this fool.
Why should we be punished for her mistake?
No wonder you're so unhappy. You're all alone, and all you have is the money you earn for the shit you write, even if it doesn't sell. Because in your imagination, you all are...
Unconventional and excellent.
She-Hulk is not a sitcom, an adventure, or a legal drama. It's content to get a subscription and an excuse to vent some feelings. Oh, look, another show telling us, the viewers, that regular-ass people without any kind of power or sway over society, that we're the enemy. Never mind the multi-billionaire corporation receiving tax breaks from the government and making content for kids with
Not at all secret gay agenda.
A good question for another time.
I'm tired. I tried to display the exact reasons why She-Hulk is a bad show. But you tell me, did you like it? Did you find other things to dislike? I believe the show is exactly what the trailer promised. A show about nothing, featuring a woman who's better than everyone. Bitter and narcissistic 30-something woman who's angry at men but goes to bed after a single compliment. And a non-athletic character dominating complex superpowers and features for no reason, at least none other than the usual modern storytelling. Women are great and they deserve constant rewards, even if they suck at their job.
Lawyer of the Year?
Who is that?
I absolutely love that girl.
Most importantly, She-Hulk follows no rules of storytelling. You need talent and care to create something new. Creators that start by adding a boring name don't promise much. If you like my content, reward me with a subscription and a like. Also, leave your comments down below and keep the section
Civilized.
I would like to give a special thanks to Peiki Leot, who became my first supporter on Buy Me A Coffe. You can support me there or follow my tiny Twitter account. Anything you do will help me leave my underpaid remote job. And I would like to thank all of you for supporting my last videos with your discussions, positive feedback, likes and views.
Shows follow rules because it reduces variables for failure. Rules absolutely do not guarantee success, but if you can successfully check off boxes for premise, characters, casting, location, then you have half a chance for success.